Hey, welcome or welcome back. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you haven't already and you want to catch more readings, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you want some additional content, I do offer a membership. You can click join to check that out. I do also offer personal readings. That information's in the description of the video. If you're completely new to tarot, just know that not every reading is going to resonate. So just disregard it if it's not for you. Same thing with gender. It just doesn't really mean anything, the gender on the cards. And if you feel like the energies are reversed, you can go ahead and take it that way. Feel free to skip past the shuffling if you're not into that. Okay. So we have infinite potential. I am flexible. I move my body in ways that feels good. My body is relaxed and at ease. I am healthy and strong. I stretch toward my infinite potential. And bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. The overall energy is the Page of Swords. Supporting, we have the Magician, the King of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, the Five of Wands, and underneath it all we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So some important signs here would be Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces. It's given that someone feels like things have been kind of stale in life because they've been a little stagnant. So I feel like somebody is feeling like it's time to move around, get some exercise in, do more. But it's more based off of an energy of feeling like not feeling motivated, not having the same level of creativity that you used to. I'm getting there's like a kind of stuck energy. So somebody's like really keeping it real with themselves here about kind of all the things that are happening. It's like, if you really say that there's like a lot of like arguing and fighting going on in the relationship that you're in, and you feel like, maybe you're just placing too much in somebody's emotional basket, putting too much in somebody's cup. And even though you mean well, like you could be doing too much. There could be like a new way of looking at things where it's like, I'm just kind of, it's like I'm kind of just, I go to work and then I come home and I sit in the house, and this is why I'm like always just arguing. Like maybe I need more community, or maybe I need more friends, or maybe I need something new to do so that I'm not just doing this. There's something like mundane or routine that starts getting somebody, if they're not moving around or doing anything, they start getting too moody. That's the energy I'm getting with this. And so there's this sort of realization that there's some self-care needed here. We got to be eating right. We have to be active. We have to have, solid relationships with people we can depend on in life, not just a romantic one. There just has to be like other good things going on. Because I feel like most things are pretty tense right now. It's like, I'm really getting, though, that somebody really just kind of crawls out of the bed, they go to work, they come home, and it's just like the same thing over and over again. There's like not really any motivation. But it's not like a laziness, it's really like mood. But of course, that somebody's smart, they're like looking up the ways to correct this, and it turns out, there's no like perfect medicine in the world. It requires like a perfect amount of sleep, the correct diet, the correct amount of exercise. So I like this. Okay, so I have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Chariot. So we have 3 knights out here. The 3 of Cups, the World, the 10 of Swords, the Ace of Swords at the bottom. So I have some more Cancer out here. The Tower is behind that, some Aries, Scorpio energy. I also have Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo here. Yeah, I feel like maybe somebody's moods are kind of all over the place, like whether they understand that or not, or understood that, because they definitely get it here. And this is really about like lifestyle, like what we do every day. Maybe this is just advice to somebody. Maybe somebody's like, why are we always fighting? And why do I always feel like this? And it's like, well, I mean, are you doing good things with your life too that really are self-care, not just like a hot bath here and there, Like, are you really getting the correct amount of rest? Are you really taking a full day off? Are you doing like the real like you things that you need to do? Because it seems like a lot of the issue here is something that you can change easily, but most of it is like inactivity. If you exercise, you're going to sleep right. If you sleep right, then you're going to feel better throughout the day. If you're eating right and exercising and sleeping right, this is what it's giving here. Like somebody's not getting like their whole mood. They could be trying to figure out if there's something wrong with their mental health. And I mean, yeah, but it looks more like stress and like, You don't want to just sit around. There's more to do here. Maybe this is something that you have a tendency to do. Maybe like sometimes you are more active and you feel better, you know? But then in other seasons, it's different. So I think some of you really, you know, especially if these are like explosive mood swings, you know, where it's kind of out of nowhere, you don't even understand it yourself. Maybe really look into that and how to really balance the energy out here. So I feel like it's happening this week. It's a type of intense mood swing. And it's saying here, like, go for a walk, go out, do something, and then, you know, like things are going to be okay at home. I think somebody's like, you know, and this doesn't even have to be like with a partner, you know what I mean? Like people live with their kids and maybe it's like they don't have enough stress. They have enough stress. They don't have enough sleep and food and stuff going on throughout the day, and then dealing with everybody's bullshit like really will put you into exhaustion. So take a breath and then approach something instead of just reacting this week for sure. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.